So good timing.
So what? A few years ago, Joe, we had obviously the internet just in its beginning stages, and everything was sort of based around social media. Was MySpace, that was the big one, or Bebo, and there was a website where you could literally find all your old schoolmates and people that you knew years ago. It was mainly better for people maybe in their 40s, 50s at the time, who could trace back all these people from 20, 30 years ago. That website was called Friends Reunited. Yeah? And it was www.friendsreunited.co.uk. And that was huge. You didn't even have to pay for the privilege. And now, when you search their website, friendsreunited.co.uk, it doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. It's just a little goodbye message that comes up. It's gone, Joe.
Sad.
The other day we were speaking about it, Friends Reunited is gone.
It's like,
and
it's like Be Friends United, you know?
And you know what's sad?
Not really.
It was killed by Facebook. Never used it.
I never used it.
You're still pretty young though, so you probably wouldn't have had to, but it was doing well. But then obviously MySpace was.
I've heard the story of it. I've heard the story. I remember when it went out on the news, and it was basically like the first version of Facebook, really, isn't it? If you think about it.
It was a way of catching up, with all people that you once knew from different schools, and that you could trace it all. But Facebook when it first came out was a dating site, and then they added all these new features where you could start adding people by their names. And it was free. So Friends Reunited had no way of competing after that. So Facebook literally just sunk the knife in and twisted it and bumped it off. Friends Reunited probably made the owners very, very wealthy for a long time. But the invention of that Facebook and that coming out, it just absolutely mullered it. So yeah, Friends Reunited is no more.
The way you described that, the way you stabbed it and twisted it, you know.
It's crazy to think that a business that small in time wise is probably only that business. I don't know how old it was, maybe 10 years. It came in, grew exponentially, was massive, must have made a fortune, and then literally overnight, bang! Facebook literally just went smack, and it was gone. And it can never come back. There's never going to be a need for that now because everyone is ingrained into using Facebook. It's almost become like a form of ID to have your Facebook. So everyone's just joining it, and the future generations will be joining Facebook from young ages. So yeah.
Everything changes. Everything changed. Everything goes for a reason. It is sad to see, you know. It's like, is MySpace still going, or is that closed down?
MySpace is still around. It was sold by that Tom guy, bought out by Rupert Murdoch. He sold it to Justin Timberlake, and they completely wiped it clean of everything, deleted every user member, so everyone had to rejoin from scratch. But it's still there, yeah.
The MySpace, alright, because MySpace was a way to promote your music, wasn't it?
It was social media, we were talking, but there's also a musician's promotional page where you could put a music player on it and all that stuff. And it was, at one point, the thing you needed to promote your music. It was all about MySpace. It wasn't like what's your website, it was what's your MySpace. And people go to your MySpace, listen to your music, like you. It's a bit like what Facebook done with pages now. You got the pages, and people go to it, and can't really interact on pages, but you share your stuff. It was a really good tool.
I mean, I think everything's going too fast. I mean, the technology these days is really, ridiculously growing, forever growing. And, Facebook it's becoming more of a distraction more than anything. It's kind of controlling people's lives, and I hate the way social network has done that, and it does affect me a lot. It does almost control my life at some, because it's always, I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, or 9.5 out of 10, people will be on their phones and they'll be on Facebook.
Very true. Joe, I like this subject. I think we should start this in a new video.
Yes. What?
Hold on tight, boy.